Hey guys, Shane here with One Shift at a Time. How you doing? We're going to do something a little different. I didn't get to do the video that I wanted to do on Monday about the trade deadline, but I just thought that so many people had done it and covered it so well. I just thought I'd be repeating everything that was already online. I might do a premature reaction to it to kind of give who I think won and lost, which is going to be very hard, of course, because they were just traded. But we'll see how that pans out after maybe a year or two. See if my predictions are true. So we are going to start off with the top 10 power rankings of the entire NHL, and that's going to start us off with the Minnesota Wild. As long as they're not playing St. Louis, I mean, they seem to do pretty good. They had a good week this week, a really good showing against the Avs, and then they also beat the Coyotes. So they have 2 games coming up against San Jose Sharks. So this really could give them a lot of points and push them right up the ladder. They just, as I said, they just had those really bad games against St. Louis. Let's hope that's just it was a couple off nights. Number 9 is the Pittsburgh Penguins. I mean, they're starting to come into form and show that they are the contenders that they are every year. It's always scary. Crosby's up there in the highest. I think he's the 5th highest scorer in the league since March. The beginning of March, so he's heating up at the right time. They've also added Jeff Carter there for a little more veteran presence in the forwards there. So I really think Pittsburgh is always scary, and I think they can make a good run. And we have number 8, the New York Islanders. They have won 4 of their last 5, and they won both against Washington. So that was very good. They also added, of course, Palmieri and Zajac, which should make them a lot better as well. That's going to bring us to the first of the North Division. That is the Winnipeg Jets. They also have won 4 of their last 5 and are picking up where they left off their last season in the playoffs. They're playing really good on all 4 or all 3 phases of the game: goalie, defense, and forwards. So they're really going to, I think, push for the lead, maybe even in the North Division if Toronto continues to falter. Then it's going to bring us to number 6, the Carolina Hurricanes. They dropped some of the last 2 against Detroit, which was kind of concerning, but they got back on track tonight. Still looking like a good team, and I don't have a lot of concern, but I did have to drop them. They were a little higher when I first started doing this list on Saturday. Number 5, also dropping due to last night's loss, was the Tampa Bay Lightning. They had actually 2 big losses this week. One 5-1 loss to Detroit, and then 7-2 last night to Nashville. So just a little bit concerning, but I believe they won again tonight in overtime over Florida, so that again helps them out a bit. I think this might actually help them, though. The season that they breezed through and won the President's Trophy, I believe that was 2 years ago, 2018-2019. They cruised to the President's Trophy, and then they got swept in the first round. Last season, they had a little more adversity, and they did a lot better in the playoffs, so that actually might help. Number 4 is going to be the top Canadian team, and that's the Toronto Maple Leafs. They did lose to Winnipeg tonight, so that also dropped them. They also lost to Calgary. Just a couple of blips, hopefully, on the radar. They are fighting through some stuff right now. Freddie Anderson, of course, is still hurt. Austin Matthews was out for tonight's game, and William Nylander's been out with COVID. So they are also going in all three phases are looking really good for them. They now have 3 really good goaltenders. I think Big Save Dave's going to help them out a lot. They have Marners and Matthews, of course, ripping it up, and then they got some Riley and a couple of really good defensemen too. So I think Toronto could put a good push in. Number 3, we do have the Vegas Golden Knights, and just 4-game winning streak, and man, they're just playing really well, and they have a lot of games against 7 of their next games are against either Anaheim or San Jose, so they could really put some points on the board and really set themselves apart and maybe catch Colorado. Who knows? Mark Stone is just doing amazing. He's got 31 assists and 44 points. Marc-Andre Fleury, as we talked about, is playing much better, so just looking good in Vegas in general. Number 2, we do have the Washington Capitals, and they are playing some damn good hockey. I did put this, I made this list last night, and then of course they lost tonight to the Buffalo Sabres, so that would have probably affected it, but I did do this list beforehand, so that is the caveat there. They did get a couple big wins lately, though. They had that 6-1 win over Philly and an 8-1 win over the Bruins, so Ovi's on pace for another 30-goal season. He has actually managed to do that every season of his career. what's most impressive about that is one was a strike shortened season, and then this one, of course, is a COVID shortened season. So he does have to get a couple more to get up to 30, but yeah, he's got time. And that is going to bring us to number one, the best team in the NHL, and that is the Colorado Avalanche. They're just playing some amazing hockey. McKinnon is on 11-game point streak, and I mean, if you want to look at, I talked about earlier with Crosby being number 5 in scoring since March. Number 1 is Rantanen with 34. Number 2 is McKinnon with 33, and number 32 is Landeskog. Number 3 with 32 points is Landeskog. So, just getting tons and tons of points. I think they're going to really go far, and I think they could be the West representative in the Stanley Cup Finals. The East, I'm not so sure about. We'll see as the playoffs start. It's so hard to predict playoffs. I do hope you guys enjoyed this. I might start doing this weekly as the end toward the playoffs, but I'm not sure. I try to mix it up with not only power ranking videos, but that's all I have for you this week. I hope you guys enjoyed. Have a great night, and we'll talk to you next time.